Now that we have talked about the Paleolithic age in the Philippines, like how the earliest humans, the Homo luzonensis and Homo sapiens, and their stone tools were found in ancient caves, and how the first immigrants started appearing in the archipelago, what happened next? Join me as we travel back to the Neolithic age, also called the New Stone Age, in the Philippines. Perhaps the earliest migration and cultural change in the Philippine archipelago happened between 4,500 to 4,000 years ago during the Neolithic age. One of the leading signs of cultural change in the Neolithic period is the shift in stone tool technology from the crude flaking technique to the grinding, drilling, and polishing technique. The most widely accepted model of migration today is the Out of Taiwan model by Peter Bell Wood. According to this model, Austronesians may have started to move east from mainland Asia around 5,500 years ago, bringing with them aspects of their Neolithic culture, including stone-polished adzes and axes for boat building, very distinctive red-slipped pottery with circle-stamped decorations, stone bark cloth beaters, and fishing implements. Once they reached the Philippines, they could have further improved their boat-building technology, which allowed them to travel longer distances and colonize the coastal areas of mainland Southeast Asia, the Indonesian archipelago, and the rest of the Pacific. Examples of archaeological evidence for early boat making and seamanship in the Philippines are the shell adzes at Duyong Cave in Palawan and at the Balobok Rock Shelter on Sanga-Sanga Island in Tawi-Tawi Province. At Duyong Cave in Lipuon Point, Palawan, a large polished stone adze axe and 4 adze axes made from the hinge parts of the giant clam tridacna gigas were found directly associated with the prehistoric burial of a male adult. This individual was buried in a flexed position, face down, with the arms and legs doubled beneath the body. The second site where implements made from the giant clam tridacna gigas have been recovered is the Balobok Rock Shelter, Sanga-Sanga Island, Tawi-Tawi Province, on the southern fringe of the archipelago. Indeed, for a nation of great voyagers, this history resonates for the present Filipinos. The difference between the culture of the previous age and the life in the New Stone Age is that, before, humans only gather food from nature, but during this time, humans learned how to domesticate plants and animals for food. The way of planting is the kaingin or slash and burn method. The method begins by clearing the forest through the slashing down of vegetation, usually at the start of the dry season. After a period of allowing the slashed vegetation to dry, this is burned usually before the start of the wet season. Crops may either be planted at once or planted after the first rains come to soften the soil. The growth of the plants is dependent on rainfall. The first animals to be domesticated are the chickens, pigs, dogs, and water buffaloes, which are indigenous to Southeast Asia. With humans now able to sustain themselves with food they produced from cultivating fields, the need to search for food became less. They now tended to remain with a limited territory with their households and those of others with whom they have close kin relationship. The changing needs also created changes in their tools, which enabled them to be more efficient. In 1978, a tribe named Taot Bato, which means people of the rocks or stone people, was found living inside the crater of an extinct volcano in Palawan. They were wearing loincloths made of hammered bark, and their women were bare-breasted and decorated with colorful bead necklaces. The women there hunt honey, while the men's job is to catch bats, forest rats, and small birds. Their lifestyle and culture are not particularly developed, but they are skilled in hunting for small creatures and wild pigs. They use their agricultural produce to trade with other Palawan tribes. The basic family unit of the couples and their children are often meshed together in larger extended family dwellings or caves where foods are shared amongst the whole community. Among these discoveries were ancient potteries as well as petroglyphs or rock drawings inside the caves, which indicate that the Taot Bato tribe had been around since Neolithic times. Today, the Taot Bato tribe lives in their homes within a bowl-shaped valley called Singnapan Basin. They find shelter inside the caves during the rainy season when floods in the valley become inevitable. The systems of trade during this period are not limited to barter between individuals or communities. The reach of the trade seemed to cover long distances. Jade beads, for instance, have been found in the Manungol cave in Palawan during the latter part of the New Stone Age about 1000 years BC. There is no evidence that jade beads were ever made in Palawan, nor were there jade deposits found in this country until the recent times. This suggests contacts involving trade with mainland Asia. An interesting feature of life during the New Stone Age is the appearance of the first signs of man's beliefs in the reality of things that are different from the sensible world. Man-made things are found together with the remains of the dead, like the polished stone and shell adzes, the shell disc pendants, and shell lime container found in the Duyong Cave burial in Palawan, and similar other things found in other graves dating to the same period in different sites in the country. All of these show that by this time, there is already a concept of different worlds, the physical world and the afterlife. That's it for the Neolithic Age in the Philippines. Stay tuned for the next video, which is about the Metal Age. If you wish to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and make sure to turn on all notifications so that you never miss an upload. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and share it with your friends who you think might be interested in history. Thanks for watching! Bye!